story, Peter?
Wonderful. The oldest daughter started to talk correctly to her magnificence.
Wow.
Yay! The son.
Did they recognize the difference in you?
Well, it depends on where they're coming from. The son's coming more from. He's doing well, so he's got lots of money, and that money is taking him closer to divine. So, and then the middle daughter is still the middle daughter. She has the grandchildren, 3 grandchildren. So the total is 11. And if you count, one is more quantum, one is less quantum, and one is not changed.
Right.
Not one yet. Is not changed.
Okay. Not changed.
Okay.
What I clearly do more now than ever before is I start over and come forward. And literally it's billions of things, but that's what I do. And when you're quantum, you don't need a mind. You don't need thought. You just look at everything. It's all there. It's like a photo album, but the photo album, you see every picture and every page at the same time.
Yeah. Wow. Nice.
That's got to be wonderful.
Nice picture, yes. But that's the analog part, right?
Well,
how we see time and events.
Yeah, and it doesn't exist. And the fact is, you can see everybody simultaneously. So I went all the way back to my beginning, which was over 500,000 trillion years ago. And we were all in potential, including me, including quantum singularity. But as we just journeyed, we watched things were getting more quicker. And with quickness, we had more definition. We had more choice. But we were all one. So, quantum singularity and I came to of the one. And we knew that was what happened.
Peter?
Yes.
Excuse me for 1 minute. We're having some background noise. Someone's fumbling with stuff. So if you're moving around, please mute yourself because it's hard to hear over the static.
Even the tiniest of movement brings big noise.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, Peter.
Oh, thank you. I'm sitting here talking to myself. If we don't,
you're not.
Have it be clear.
Yeah.
But so quantum singularity and I, as definition, and think of angle, a triangle. It's the strongest structure, and everybody has unique angle. Hi, Bonnie. How you doing?
Hi, Bonnie.
Hi.
Everybody has a unique place by their angle. And it's a triangle. It's not a square. It's not a pentagram. It's not a line. It's like that. It is your angle. Every one of us has a unique angle. And so how do you not end up with magnificence? Any thoughts?
We each have our own angle?
Pardon me?
Do we each have our own?
We each have our own. and it is unique. And if you switch the LE to EL, what do you have?
What? What did you say?
The EL of angle.
Oh.
What's the LE?
Angel.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're following
Exactly.
outside
We're all angels.
Cool.
And it's done by our angle. And it's not pie, Bernadette. How you doing?
I was thinking of that the other day.
So that's what we are. We all have a unique angle. And that goes all the way through to this conversation. And certainly all the experience had in life. And you know how I say, you are. I don't say you were. I say you are. Like Judy, I'll use people on my screen right now, which is Jan and Alex and Judy and Bernadette. And Judy is Plato. So Judy is Judy, but she's also Plato.
You look so young, Judy, to be Plato.
Yes.
Peter, this is Alfred.
Yeah.
Hello, Alfred.
I have company, and we're actually taking a little girl, a year and a half old, to. There are 3 different dinosaur things here in the Phoenix area, and we're going to go visit one, and she's going to have a tremendous day. So I'm bidding out, and I just love you. I hate to leave, but I love you.
Thank you, Alfred.
Thank you.
Have fun, Alfred.
Because
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
in a way, that's where we're leading. The most important thing is, I'll jump to Alfred long for this call. It's to see each other and say hi.
Yes.
That's the most important thing. Because it is a time warp between then, when the quickening was just taking hold, and now.
Right.
Then 500,000 trailing zeros ago, and now. But if Alfred hadn't come on, even say hi, we wouldn't have seen him. And we would not have had the angle that Alfred has. We would have been missing that. So the thing I want to do very first is for everybody to say hi and make sure they become. And that is basically bringing us the entire spectrum of quantum today.
Wow. A rainbow.
A rainbow.
Full, complete, and whole.
So let's all, we are recording, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Hi,
I'm
Peter.
recording.
Hi, Lorraine.
Everybody say hi.
Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Hi, Julie.
Hey.
Hi, Alex.
Hi, Wendy.
Even
Hi,
Yuri
Diane Lynn.
Hi.
is out of the corner.
Hey, Julie.
Hi,
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 Nari.
Noreen.
Hey, Noreen.
Hi, Alex, Wendy,
Hey.
Julie, Judy, Brian,
Brian.
Diana, Lee,
Hi, Brian.
Oh, no.
Olga Lucia.
Lorraine wanted to say
So
something.
nice to see you guys.
Hi,
Lorraine.
Uncle
Hi,
Lucia.
Judy.
Hello.
Everyone, I can't say each person. I can't hear what you're saying back, but I love all of you, and hi there.
Hi, I love you too.
We're
Diane.
in quantum. We are
Hi,
so
Bernadette.
Hi,
we,
Wendy.
Hey, Sandra.
Hi,
We
Sandra.
have none of that,
Hello,
and we don't
Slade.
need it because we're learning how to return to quantum. And that little first step of everybody just saying, huh, it's a time spectrum warp from when we started to quicken to now. Because it's when we started to quicken. Think of that pot, the pot of one. And all of a sudden, it's forming angles.
Details.
Yeah, now these angles are different. Think of where the world was before the Caesars used July and August. July, Julius, August, Augusta. I mean,
Augusta.
they were so egotistical, they used their names.
They did.
Yeah.
Big ego.
And I was both of them.
Gosh.
I mean, it's unbelievable. And how easy it was before that. The Earth turned around 365.2 by 0.4 times. We'll break that down. Then it was 10 months and you had 0.2. So it was almost exact. But then we went to from 10 to 12 because of the egos. And now you have all kinds of silly rules for leap year. It's different if it's year 1000. It's different every 4 years, except when it happens on the 1000. And if you add it up, it's 365.24. That's not easy. That's not simple. But that's what we did. Because ego. But
Oh, well, I
you
didn't
now
know it
know
that way.
about quantum analog. You know there is no time. You know there's a coordinate system. So all we're really doing is playing around with our coordinate system. That's easy. But it was easy when it was 10 months. It's not now. But so we created a lot of rules and made it more difficult. And that's what we've done until we had quantum strength. And now we have quantum strength as of June 1st, 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
4 years.
We have that now. And now we're returning to quantum. It's not a digital clock. You don't have a life and then blink off. From a digital standpoint, you do, but not an analog. You're continuous. I had during the week a long conversation with Catherine, and Catherine was Mary Magdalene. But I've also been with Puff Lori, and Puff Lori was Mary Magdalene. How does that work? And neither one of them was in the driver's seat of the 1000 of the car, the 1000 passenger car plus, or one of those being a driver. Well, how many universes are there? There are
1,000.
What if you multiply 1,000 times 1,000?
Million.
Exactly. And what was the number that was given back when many of one started and was around for a few years? 1 million.
Yes.
Well, how do you get 1 million? You multiply 1,000 times 1,000. What has happened is the star systems are so different now that you can't have a car for the entire creation of the million.
But Elon Musk, he has. Elon Musk.
Right. But now your maximum car is 1,000. But there are 1,000 universes, so you still have your million. But see, do you see how subtle it is? And it's so important to understand these subtleties because that is how we change. It used to be a million. The Pleiades, Trump comes from Pleiades. Trump has an enormous ego. And it doesn't bother him to change up because Pleiades is so different. And he comes from the Pleiades. You can't even compare an ego on planet Earth, which if you move the H to the front is planet Heart. It's ours is the love planet. Love is going to manifest here, and what is love is balance. And what else is balance? Being positive. Looking at the positive side of things and fixing the negative side. But if you're Pollyannish, you can't identify the negative side.
No.
So everything is logical, but we couldn't return to quantum until we had quantum strength. Now, as we go from the quantum threshold, so remember, everything is continuum. And one of the continuums is the threshold, but you still block your ego. We're calling it spiritual ego. What happens when you spiritual ego? You return to quantum. You finish. And then what happens? Well, for the next 4 million trailing zeros, compared to the 500,000 we've been, all you do is, everything you do is fun. You are always happy. You are always growing as a person, as an angle. You are always gaining more and deeper skills, and you now understand the coordinates system, and that everything is happening to you the same as then 500,000 trailing zeros ago, and right now. That's pretty cool.
Very nice, yes.
So how do we die?
You don't.
Exactly. There's a Mayan 10. She remembers. So it's just, that's the news. And it's so important that we say hi to each other at the beginning of each call. And remember, we're still the same angle that we were when we decided to leave the body. Exactly the same, except think of all the practice and think of all the experiences that are now part of us. That's the difference, the practice and the experience. And everything is love.
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
I have a question. Peter, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. Did we all come from the same star system? Are many of one group?
No, we all chose different ones.
Yeah. Okay.
So we all were angles, and we chose which star system or the stems to gain our experience. But today, we have chosen to be 41 and together. All choice.
Yeah.
So, questions?
So is that how we recognize each other, Peter? Is through our angles?
Yeah. And your magnificence, whatever your magnificence and you are working on, whatever experiences you're in the process of adding, will surprise you, will cause you to have an aha, will cause you to experience an MTD, mystery, twist, and turn. That's how your magnificence, which is your angle, works with you. And you in essence are becoming that angle. Just as you can get information first through your pituitary, that's your spirit, electrical, right? It's in your brain. And then also through your soul, and the sole of your foot, below your ankle. Also electric. Also cares what you eat. But see, the difference is if you branch out, you never lose track of what you are. And what you are is an angle who's becoming your angle. There's no ghosting once you return to quantum. And rather than a 7, your heart has become direct access to your quantum. So you are your heart, red blood, and you are your brain. But neither one is your quantum. You're beyond that. You don't use electricity. Did you have electricity 500,000 trillion?
No.
Of course not.
I guess not.
Exactly. And we didn't need it. But then we built this training tool to accelerate things. And what did we build it of? Antimatter, right? For matter, for what happens if you combine 4 in one section is matter, in one section it's antimatter.
Nice.
You have nothing.
You cease to exist.
Right. So,
Peter,
yes.
we can use our quantum strength. If I'm understanding this correctly, we use our quantum strength to clear like the electrical effects that might be disturbing us, like the electromagnetic field.
Gaps. That is the gaps. Your lifetime digitally is a gap, right?
Okay, right.
You
So
come
every
through
day,
life-
like I do a quantum reset, but we also need to consciously like close the gaps, right?
eliminate the gap.
Oh, eliminate the gaps.
And if you
Not
don't
constantly.
really do it in 1 second,
Okay.
because you can say awake, and you know what that means. You're using holographic energy, and you're cleaning gaps. Now, I do it for Nell, and I use 0.4 or 4.5 seconds just for her consciousness to kind of say, oh yeah, that's what's happening.
Okay.
But for myself, don't have to do that.
Okay.
But that's exactly the kind of thing it means.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So is that like a projection when you see it now?
Correct. Everything we do is actually logical. We just don't know what we're doing. Live our life.
That's an understatement.
Yeah.
Right, our digital life. What's the whole thing? It's a gap.
Yeah.
The ego works hard to maintain the amnesia.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
True.
let's
Requires a lot of energy.
do the ego for a minute. That's what,
Yeah.
somebody working on their ego, and they come through the Pleiades, i.e., they have lots of those experiences. Man, they have huge egos, enormous. And look at Trump. Trump is Pleiadian, so Trump is loaded up with a lot of Pleiades kind of habits. He asked a really good question. Is it a million? Are there a million people in a car or 1,000? Well, it used to be a million, but it's changed because the star systems differentiate themselves enough where you have to know where a lot of their experiences come from. To understand them, to understand yourself, just the website, it's all there.
Peter, I have a question.
Yes.
You were talking earlier about 2 women in our group that have been Mary Magdalene. How many, and I'm not sure if the word is spirit or souls, how many are with Trump using the same experience?
I don't know. I could never ask myself that question because my focus is simply the very beginning, 500,000, and right now, how can I help? And anything that can help does help. That's what I want to focus on. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
welcome. But this to me is a huge breakthrough because it brings you all the way from your beginning to now.
Yes.
I mean, it ties it the complete spectrum.
Diane is trying to
Oh.
talk. She can't talk. Diane Burnett is
Oh.
trying to talk and you're not hearing her. Oh, no. Speaker. There it is. Oh.
I was finally able to get on. Hello, everyone. I love you.
Hi, Chili.
Hi, Jill.
Hi, Jelly. Welcome.
I came in at a good time, too.
Yeah.
But look
I
at
bought this speaker so that I could get here on the call. It's not working. That's what I was talking
It's
about.
working now.
We can hear
We
you.
are
We can hear you.
yes.
We can hear you, Dave.
Perfectly. Very clearly.
Not now.
We can hear you.
Yes.
Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
I can hear you.
Not now.
not
You
now,
have to
but
put the speaker on, Dee. Put your things back on.
Put your headphone on.
Yeah, those things.
yeah.
Having some
I'm
technical
guessing-
difficulties.
I'm guessing she's using the sound speaker to hear the sound and the mic on the headsets to speak.
Except that's what probably is causing all this little.
Yes, yes.
Feedback. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's causing, the speaker is causing that noise, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, because there's the mic also.
See, you can hear me now, but when I
Oh, yeah. You're great.
She's
I can hear you now.
I
cut
can
out.
hear you.
No, can't hear you
You're
now,
gone.
Dee.
All right.
Hi, Yuri.
Hey.
I love you.
I love you too.
Now I can't hear you guys.
Now
At all.
for you.
I can hear you.
So when we can hear her, she can't hear us.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's crazy.
Yeah, it's the same problem than the last time.
Yeah.
Way all along. That's why. Just a minute. It's that way long gone all along. That's why I got this, hoping it would work, but it's not.
Well, it's working
So-
right now, Diane. Is there anything that you want to say or share? Because we're hearing you now.
Still?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We see you. We hear you.
You're on, D.
Just
Go.
Go. I can hear you. I can see you.
hilarious.
Go.
No, she's gone now. She's
No,
gone.
yeah.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
I know how that feels. I know that.
Now, but
Yeah, I
we're,
do.
I'm now
Oh,
deaf.
Can't hear anything.
Oh well. Look, I'll keep trying.
Yeah.
You're getting closer.
Yeah, you're making progress.
Yes.
Progress. You are making
Yeah.
technology is awful.
Yes. It
Yeah.
really is.
A lot of us are wearing earbuds.
Yeah.
They don't work.
Yeah, it's much better. We hear it.
They're easy.
Earbuds.
They help.
I can't put
Peter,
Yes.
what an awful angle. Technology.
And I know Gates.
Chilly.
I've met with Gates twice.
What?
Oh yeah. And he's awful.
He's
We all
He
know
is
that.
so
backwards.
anti-humanity.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where's he from? Where's he from?
I don't know. It's a good question.
So, Peter, we're talking
I
about
know
Bill Gates.
he makes you want to take a shower.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That's pretty. That's
He
pretty
looks
bad.
like an insect.
Very good observation. Thank you.
Thank you for the warning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I think we already knew that.
Yes. Yes, we
If
did.
Peter,
you combine exome and the vaccine they come up with and 5G,
No, no,
This
no.
is
man,
serious.
you're dead stuff. You might as well ride around on a microwave.
So fun.
We know from MCI if you're doing a microwave shot, put in a new line and there's a bird on the way of the shot, it instantly kills the bird.
yes.
It's just
Terrible.
really powerful and very definite. There are no exceptions.
Yeah, but there's also hydrogel in the vaccine.
Yep.
Hydrogel.
There's a lot of stuff in those vaccines.
They're awful. But they won't be in group 1. The quantum group.
Right.
That's us.
Not getting me.
Do you remember that joke you told about those people in NARAD when they said if you know what we're doing, we'll instantly kill you?
Well,
Yes, I remember.
we have to watch how it unfolds because none of it exists. Pre-quantum has not. I mean, think of saying your mind is a higher mind, but it's all done with words.
Yeah.
And then what do you have? Are you still electrical? Yeah. You still die? Yeah.
And you're still wrong.
And
you'll
you're
be
still
wrong.
wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You have an electrical mess, still.
Yeah. A bad wire.
We all go around wearing Faraday caves.
Yeah.
That was
As a face mask.
the testing thing. So from mask to Faraday cages. What a yuck. But where are they gonna learn? They're gonna learn from us.
Yeah.
So if you look at the three levels, good and evil, yeah, we'll still have that. All false beliefs, but that's all right. And then we're going to pre-quantum, and it's going to be awful because they think they're making progress. Well, that's the problem. It's the thought, it's the mind, it's the brain. They're not even addressing where the soul is.
Mm-hmm.
What did Jesus do when he washed people's feet?
Oh, cleansing.
He was showing the importance of the feet, and he washed them because that's where our soul resides.
It's where we connect with heart, earth, also, right?
Right.
Yeah.
You connect through your blood.
Yeah.
And you also connect through your. Hi, Catherine. First time to see you.
Hi, Catherine.
Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi there.
Hello.
And then you connect your spirit through the pineal. Where's the pineal? In your brain, in your head. Well, is your quantum there? No. Is your quantum in your feet? No.
No.
Are they electrical? Yeah.
They are.
As you move from the quantum threshold through to quantum, your heart now becomes stereo for your return to quantum. So your magnificence, really you can't tell the difference because you're communicating with you in stereo. And so again, the only time you're going to get an aha is that your magnificence is helping you to really learn something well. And every once in a while, you get a fun, you have an MTD, a mystery, twist, and turn. Well, that's your magnificence teaching you, but in a way where you won't forget it. And you are your magnificence. You're not some robot your magnificence is playing with and is moving around just like a robot.
Right.
It's none of that. So,
yes, every religion has been trying to find. They're trying to connect to the soul and spirit using the body, but they think it's everything, but it's never been everything, So
correct.
Yogis.
Far from it.
Yeah.
Correct.
I think they're running the other way.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
And when you return to quantum, then your whole body becomes valuable to your quantum because your blood goes all over, right?
Yeah.
And your blood is now rejoined with your magnificence. And your magnificence can speak to you through your spirit, through your blood, through your soul, and directly using quantum training. Or entangled. That's pretty darn powerful.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Very.
Yes.
4 different ways. 4 different ways.
Puts a whole new angle on blood trends.
Stereo, for both of us, we're really communicating in 4 quadrants. So there's always direct communication, instantly available, unless you're learning something new.
And then what happens?
Well, then you got it and you use it from then on.
Oh, okay.
It's time to reach for quantum strength, Bernadette, at that point.
Yeah.
And it's important to remember that quantum strength is common.
Yes.
It's all angles, all the time.
Yes.
So it's common. So you take that pot of 500,000 years ago, and it's like when you were back there. Only today there's this enormous quantum strength in that very same pot.
Peter, on the last call, you talked about quantum strength, and you talked about how we were able to develop and gain quantum strength, and how people were warring with each other over religion and all these things and death, and that all those pieces were aggregated, and then that's what ultimately helped us to be able to, develop quantum strength. I don't really understand that. Can you speak more on that, please?
Yes, thank you.
The very simple point is by killing each other for over 9,000 supercycles, that's where we got the quantum strength. So it wasn't much fun, but all the war and all the deaths and all the diseases, all the negative stuff, it was like it got too much. And once it became too much, the quantum strength was complete.
Wow.
That time.
Yeah. No, and it's basically our journey as I see it, because each of us got to that point somehow through our circumstances. And once we were there, collectively, we were able to do it for everybody. It's a lot of people still like to kill and do things, but that's part of the journey at this moment. Yeah.
They love the power that they feel.
Yeah.
And that love of the power they feel after they kill somebody, that's where you get the quantum strength. And then all of a sudden you have enough.
So basically, like we had enough of the whole experience of that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense then to me. I was trying to understand, like, how is that, like, how is it enough? But it's like you had all the experience to draw from to actually gain the strength, so you didn't want to continue to participate in that experience.
Correct. It came from experience.
Okay.
And practicing the wrong things.
The wrong things, right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a contrast.
Now we know we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So, Peter, can I ask a question? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Does pain? Hi, Peter.
Hi.
Hi. Does pain?
Let's see if we can make her forget the question. Hey, hi to
That's it. She's happy now.
Does pain enter into that in gaining?
Say that again.
Does pain, P-A-I-N.
Right. The purpose of pain is toxins. It's just pointer to toxins.
Push it on toxins, yeah.
It's a what to toxins?
It's too much talk.
Pointer.
That you have
So if you
toxins.
toxify your body, it gets older and eventually you die. Right? There's that commonality, death. It's just another way of dying. And yes, toxins also create quantum strength. Death is the main thing.
Pain
And
is the signal, Peter, then? Pain is the signal for that?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a litmus test.
Correct.
Peter, I love when you talk close to the microphone because I understand much better.
No, it's just, I'm glad. Thank you.
I love it.
Stay close, Peter.
Stay close to the microphone.
I try to stay close and try not to wiggle around because then Judy will tell me I need WD-40.
Or the chair.
Your chair needs WD-40, not you. Oil can.
It's a squeaky chair.
That's right.
Now,
We all hear it. You don't.
I know, and so thank you for the reminder.
Hey, Peter, we are at 45 minutes, so I just want to keep it.
That's a nice angle to finish on.
Hearing me, that's really important. So I got to keep
Yeah.
practicing, making that better.
Yes.
So
Just
right
a
now,
sec-
the other common thing, strength is one, quantum strength. What's the other quantum thing?
Trickster.
Exactly. And the trickster is everybody is being blocked. They're past the threshold and they know they can attend these calls, but they also think they're better than these calls, and thus they don't attend. And we have certain beings who just don't attend.
Yes.
And that's the common quantum trickster. It's not unique. It's all angles contribute. It's very finely tuned.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense for me now, because in our experience, life experience is the same. The people that surround us have an impact on the way even we feel and the choices we make. So I used to think that we were locked all over in each other's own belief systems. So before quantum, I didn't see a way out of this, because I thought we were locking each other out of more, of progressing, and unwillingly, of course, most of us, of course. So that makes a lot of sense for me. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome. Let's just look at logic a little further. Basically, to me, Nuno pushed itself into us, inserted itself, and many times I've taken that capability that Nuno had and said, yeah, no wonder there was so much enthusiasm, and he discovered Age of Discovery Judy. I knew you were around. He pushed and he did it. And yeah, did we do a lot of things that are in the textbook? No. But the point is, U.S. exists. The 13 colonies, the land was taken from the Indians. The rest of America was explored. And the is still belongs to the Indians.
Mm-hmm.
And if you go back, you'll be able to find things. For example, Clark did the Northwest, and that's where Clark met Sacagawea. Well, I was there. I was her brother. And
Whose brother?
Sacagawea.
And they were about to get killed, and I went out and brought them a bunch of them, and brought the horses, and they didn't get killed because all of a sudden they had transportation.
They what?
They what?
Transportation.
Yes.
And so they avoided getting killed by being able to change using transportation of horses.
Nice.
You find out little things like that, but they don't mean anything separate except that it's fun. It's fun when you find it that you did something.
Yeah, it is fun.
It is.
So,
Chilly.
He studied Lewis and Clark a lot when I was in school as a child. Those books and all of those adventures. It was a big deal. And I used to play Sacagawea like I was with my sister, you know, when we were children. It was fun. We used to play all the time.
well, Sacagawea, when he
fairly
is
young woman.
4th grade.
18 with Sacagawea, and she's married to Larry Hearst, who is fast.
That's neat.
But it's Laura Hearst, and she's still alive.
Yeah.
Wow, that's neat.
When Larry left, she couldn't handle it. It was just that death. And he is such a special person.
Mm-hmm.
But that's some additional detail for you.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So what else? We have a little time.
Peter, you had mentioned that we all, from every experience that we've had here, we've had our angle, and that's been a consistent angle throughout all these lifetimes of experience from all the way back to now. And then you said, you move the letters on angle, and then it becomes angel. So what does that really mean? Because anything I've ever heard you say about angels was, that would be divine, that would be an intermediary. So can you explain what you mean by that, please?
Yes. There are divine angels and there are quantum angels.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Knew it.
Oh, God.
With quantum angels, that's the real angel.
Wow.
Every one of us who is out of the pot one, there's that pot has a lot in it. People who haven't come out, we've come out basically to gain experiences, and now we know to gain mastery.
Yes.
And mastery means every experience is fun. We're always happy. Always, no exception. There's not for a second do you doubt yourself. You might say, well, that isn't fun if that happened. But you're still happy.
Yes.
Because you knew it would be fun.
Yes.
And then what happened to your skills? They just grow and grow and grow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Yes.
It is.
But what happens to your personal growth is soars. You never start over. Your skills growth soars. So why do you need an intermediary of money? You don't. You just barter. We can't barter false claims or false beliefs. How do you barter false? You don't.
What about sharing equally, Peter?
Equal to most people is, as long as they're better, equal is okay.
Equal is okay.
That's the ego perspective.
That's the Irish joke, that one.
Yeah.
Peter,
That's wonderful.
We all know that, yeah.
I was going to say, if you want to share false beliefs, go to Pleiades, you know.
You're right.
Well, you've got to learn them. You've got to learn them, Noreen.
Look at how small and where it appears on the website. What the very last 2 words on each webpage?
No bias.
No bias.
No bias.
Exactly.
Yes.
So we have strength, quantum strength. We're helping people have fun, and we're always happy. We're always happy.
Mm-hmm. Always.
We handle both energies, the fast one and the slow one. And it's just amazing. And we know there's no time.
Mm-hmm.
There's no difference right now when I compare to 50,000 zeros go.
Yeah, and you said, Peter, we need practice patience as well. So there's no time. There's no time.
And that comes from quantum analog. It's not possible not to have patience. Because why are you impatient? What's the present? And then tomorrow.
Yes, more impatience.
You're still impatient. It's the present.
Yes.
It's 500,000 zeros ago. It's the same. It's the same right now as it was then.
Yes.
Only we were a bunch of forming triangles. That's the only difference.
Only better.
It's like only better, right? It's like a Christmas tree. What's my Christmas tree decorated with? Experiences and practice.
I was going to say bright lights.
and bright lights. Sure. But it all comes to a decorated Christmas tree.
And quantum digital balls with lots of ankles.
Correct. Am I tempted to be any one of you? No. Because you want my ankle.
Thanks, Peter.
It's unique.
You're your own angle, and it's just as good as mine.
Every Christmas
And that
tree is
comes
unique.
from everything is unique. It's amazing. It really is. And we're all in it. And it's the same for all of us.
Yes.
Yes.
And remember, what Peter shared is there is no guardian angel, it's the quantum angel of you protecting you.
Yeah, you're magnificent.
Magnificence.
That's your angle.
Yeah.
Period.
Yes.
And it's a pretty one. I mean, look where you are. Look where all of us are.
Yes.
We're talking to each other.
Yes.
Sharing with each other.
Sharing.
Yeah. Peter, I wanted to say something about Nuno. You were talking about Nuno. Nuno,
Yes.
you've only been with our group about, 6 weeks? I really appreciate you coming to the call every week, and I really appreciate your questions and taking part in the discussions and laughter. And
Thank you, Judy.
you feel so much part of this family. Like in 6
Yes.
weeks. I just want Peter to say you pushed yourself into this group and you belong here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
He started a long time ago anyway.
Yes.
yes.
But he has
Oh,
shown up.
thank you so much.
Yes.
That's
Now it's
I agree, Judy. Thank you, Nuno,
Yes,
because you're
thank
making
you, thank you all.
Thank
Oh my
you.
God. You will not make me cry now. Thank you so much for all of that. Thank you, Judy. It makes so much sense for me to be here now. But I feel like I was never out of the group.
No, you've always been
right.
one
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
And having Catherine back, it's so awesome to have you here also, Catherine. And you know what? Sometimes people don't realize that even when people aren't sharing necessarily, they're here. They're representing and bringing their angle and their love and their knowing and just as valuable. Of course, Peter says we want to participate as much as we can, but we're so thankful that Catherine, you're part of our group, and Alfred, and and Jack we've seen Jack I think once, but we're all part of this, and it's fabulous, and it's
amazing.
wonderful and amazing.
It makes me so happy. Thank you.
Yes.
I just
thank you.
Just wanted to say something about the angles that you were talking about now, Diane. It comes to mind several examples, like the eye of the fly. It's multiple angles.
Disco
I don't
ball.
know. Yeah, like a disco ball. And if we took out one of those angles, she would see a little bit less.
Yes.
And that's perfect like that, because it's so important, the angle's angle. Yeah, amazing.
And also, each angle, even when the angle is quiet in the fly's eye, participates way more than anybody could ever know.
Yes.
Because there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, especially if you're putting on a play or something. A lot of the people, you don't see all those people.
Oh, that's true, Alex.
So I think that's true. Just like us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because in oneness, we're all part of it, right? We're all part of it.
Exactly.
Quantum singularity knows that better than anyone.
Exactly.
Quantum singularity knows the all, the voice.
One
voice. The one.
And it's so powerful to think
on
about
that point, on Diana's point, when we go to the beginning, we had no, and we did that for a while, a few zeros, and then something new popped in. Well, the 6 senses are the ability today to see the new.
Yeah.
Some of us hear it, some of us feel it, some of us see it. But that's what the 6 senses are, their ability to feel the new. And once you can feel the new, then you can balance it.
Yes.
But you can't do anything if you can't see it or hear it. Or one of the 6 senses. That's the ultimate purpose of the 6 senses.
Even in the psyche.
Yeah.
And
which is all based on wrong beliefs, false beliefs, but that's what it's based on. Imagine fighting amongst ourselves.
Well, we've been there, done that.
Well, we're with each other, and more and more, the number of yays, and there were 3 different ones on dolphins, and it's just, and there was that blue thing, and they're also fun.
Yes.
So at 15 minutes before the goal, today was really fun.
Yeah.
And today is very unique. It's 8/8/2020.
The Lions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's also by people. Some people, it's the Lions Gate.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have 9-9 and 10-10 and 11-11 and 12-12. They're all special in belief systems.
And I wanted to share something and assign some homework, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, in the Mayan base 20 system, 8 is called, pronounced Waxac. So it's Waxac, and 20 is Hunkal. So we have Waxac, Hunkal. That's the day today. And, so here's the homework. Go to Wikipedia and look up the Mayan, base 20 system, and get your date and birth month, and get the two things together and share it next week.
Oh,
I'm a yellow seed. I've worked that one out.
The day and the month, or the day, the month, and the year?
Yeah, both. Month and the month and the date.
Month
Year will be very hard, so, because it only goes to 40 from.
Oh, that's
one,
right. Yeah. A month and date. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's creation is a base 20 system. So it's not a base 10 system like our numeric truth.
Decimal.
Decimal.
Well, if you keep things simple, 8, turn it on its side. What is it?
Infinity.
So it's numbers. You want to do it with numbers. You have all your experiences. You get 8, turn it on your side, and it's infinity. And what happens after infinity? Well, we have 500,000 trailing zeros. It says a lot of it. But and you have that kind of fun.
Yes.
With the numbers. So I got something from Mike Douglas yesterday, and it had the 20 magic words, but they were just look like punch cards. And Michael could see through my eyes what it was. And he had what it was in pink. So the point is, there are lots of ways to interpret.
Mm-hmm.
It's important to know that letters didn't exist for a long time. You've been out having experience, or you've been in the pot, but the experience and the practice, and what's true and what's false, it all has existed now for 500,000 zeros. And if you don't identify with one of both, don't spend any time on it. Other than get to the point of I don't identify. You're done. But don't harbor a belief that you should go. Trust yourself. Trust your original angle.
Thank you, Peter. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you all
Yeah, thanks everybody.
Thank you,
for being a
everybody.
part of my life.
I love you.
Awesome. Love you guys.
Great.
I love you.
What did you say, Peter?
Love you too.
No, it's not we've exceeded now.
Yes.
So I'll say that. There is no time.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay. Okay.
Okay, see you next
Bye.
week. Have a wonderful week. Love you. Bye. Love you.
Love you. Thank you.
A lot to digest.
I love you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Love you too, Noreen, Judy, Bernadette.
And you.
Love you.
Bye.